you struggling to find time and space on the field? Are you not getting on the ball as much as you would like? In this video, I want to show you a few of the biggest mistakes players make and reasons that they're not getting enough time and space on the field and what you can do to fix these things. So the first thing I want to talk about is being...
If you don't know about me, I used to be a huge underachiever, but through obsessive self-improvement, I found my success. Earned a college scholarship, played for my national futsal team, a YouTube channel with over 100 million views. I've helped players worldwide, and I'd love to help you improve faster and achieve more.
Proactive versus reactive. So what I mean by that is if you're playing in a game, reactive means the ball is played into here. So let's get a few players further up the field. And yes, I don't have a full 11 on each side, just for demonstrative purposes and make it a little easier on the eye. But reactive means the ball is played and then we react, okay? Or if you're on the attacking team, the ball is played and then you react to make the right angles for your teammate, okay? You don't want to be reactive, you want to be proactive. So let's say, for example, same situation. Remember, every time the ball is played, if you're not the player on the ball, you want to think about where should I be in relation to my teammate? Should I be supporting? Should I be making a forward run? Should I be dropping off to give him a passing angle and support the player, help the player on the ball? Okay, so if we're being reactive, that ball's coming in, then that ball gets there, then we make our movement to make the passing angles for the teammate. Okay, that is reactive. You do not want to be reactive as much as possible. You want to be proactive. So let's say this ball is getting played into this player here. Let's say it's a crossfield ball. Okay, you have to anticipate that that ball is coming. So if you can see that your teammate is turning and he's playing this pass, you know he's going to play that pass over there. Before the ball gets there, we want to make our moves. So remember, the ball gets there, then we make our moves. That is reactive. Okay, so if we want to be proactive, I know that ball is coming here. I can start making maybe an overlapping run as a fullback. We can start coming in here to support. I can show into here. Okay, this guy can get a little further up the field. Everyone can come across like this as that ball is being played. And when that ball gets there, boom, I'm already in a good position to get on the ball. Okay, so if you want to find more time and space on the ball, you want to think about being proactive rather than reactive. So when that ball comes into a teammate, okay, you know that's coming to him. You've already anticipated, where can I go before that ball gets there? You have to be ahead of the game. You have to learn to read the game before it happens. So the next time you're in your practice, I just want you to think about that thing. Am I being proactive? Am I being ahead of the play? Am I making those passing angles before the ball even gets there? Or am I being reactive? Is the ball getting to my teammate and then I'm making my runs? The next thing I want to talk about is accelerating into space rather than jogging into space. This thing always stuck with me because I had a coach who told me this, and he was picking out a part of my game. He said, you're a good central midfielder, but every time it's time to make a run, you jog into the space you should be in rather than sprint into that space that you should be in. And obviously there's different times to jog and sprint. But if you're struggling to get space because someone is always marking you, let's say you're trying to get the ball from this player. We'll go this way because we're the blue team. So let's say you're a central midfielder, you're trying to get on the ball. If you're jogging into this space to receive this pass, you're easy to defend. Okay, but if I'm making all the space and I'm sprinting, I'm accelerating into this space with a little bit of sharpness, it's not a full-out sprint, but it may just be a little...
You want to improve faster and achieve more this season? Use the Soccer Success Planner. It's 100% free. Players all around the world have already used it to improve. You can download it right now. There's a link in the description below.
A bit of sharpness to get away from the defender. This gives you that little bit of space so you can half turn and you can play and you can get on the ball more frequently. So again, if I'm this player on the ball, or if I'm this player on the ball here and I'm showing to the ball, but my show is very slow, it's just a jog, then that ball is played into me. I have no time and space. I'm already closed down. Okay, so you want to think about a little bit of sharpness, a little bit of acceleration. So let's say you're jogging away, then boom, you sprint into the space. Now you can get turned and then you can make your passes that you want. Okay, so think about, am I jogging into the space when I'm going to show for the ball? Am I just jogging there, or I'm walking there? Is someone on my back? Or am I losing that defender with maybe a little nudge, sprint into that space, or just a little bit of sharpness with your movement? Okay, so think about that. The next time you practice or the next time you play into a game, if you're not getting the space that you want, are you losing the defender? Is there sharpness to your movement, or are you jogging when you show for the ball? The next thing I want you to think about when you're trying to get on the ball more often, you're not getting time and space anymore. Are you being clever with your movement, or are you very predictable? So let's say you are a striker. Say you're this blue striker here, and you want to get onto the ball. Okay. So what I mean by being clever is you have to be smarter than this guy that's defending you. Okay. If you have a very predictable run, that ball's played in there, you're easy to defend. Okay. But when you're being clever, what I mean by clever is maybe you show like you're going to go in there, and then you pop out on this side of him. So he thinks you're going there. Boom, you made that little half yard of space. So just think about, how can I trick the defender who's marking me? Okay. Let's say let's play the ball to our fullback here, and you're the winger. So let's say that the predictable run is you show for the ball here, and then the ball's played into you, and the guy's right on your back. Or you show him here, and you don't get it because it's too tight, and you just stamp it. Okay, that's easy. It's predictable. So maybe you show him here, knowing that you're not going to get the ball, making him come with you, and then you spin. Can you be a little clever with your movement? Don't be one stagnant run, very easy to defend. Okay, so if you come in here, just nice and slow, you're easy to predict, or you always make the same runs, you always make this outside run, you're easy to defend. But if sometimes you make that outside run, and now suddenly you cut inside, then you're going to be more likely to get on the ball. So just think, can I trick the guy with a little bit of movement? You know he's watching you. You know he wants to maybe pass you off to this defender. And the one thing that I love to do if I'm playing striker, I'm playing winger, and this guy says, hey, you have him? And then the guy says, yeah, I think I have him. Then I'll come back on this guy's side. Okay, so I make them confused about who is picking me up, and then suddenly I can find some space and get on the ball. So think about being clever with your movement. The last thing I want to say, and it's probably the most important thing, is being static versus dynamic. You do not want to be static. What static means is you're static, you're not moving. Okay, so the reason you're not getting on the ball most times is you're not moving enough. You're not working hard enough. And don't confuse me, because I don't want you just running all over the field and saying, yeah, I'm working hard, but I'm not getting on the ball, because that's not how you play, right? You have to still play your position. Sometimes the best thing to do is just stay still if no one's marking you and you get on the ball. But static means that when it's time your teammates on the ball and it's time to show, you're just standing here. Okay, the reason you're not getting on the ball a lot of times is because your movement's not good enough. You're just standing. So can you be dynamic? Like I said, can you make these runs in behind? Force this defender to chase you all over the field. Okay, now you can get on the ball. You want to be moving more than him. You want to tire him out. Okay, and again, it's not always just running. It's picking your spots, being clever than him, but always thinking about where can I find the space, being dynamic with your movement, coming in, coming out. Okay, so instead of always just saying, oh, I never get on the ball because my teammates don't pass me the ball, maybe you're not making the right runs. Maybe you're not making enough runs. You're not losing your defenders often enough because you're not working hard enough off the ball. So those are just a few ideas to help you get more time and space when you're on the ball. But think about those: being proactive rather than reactive, accelerating into your space, being sharp, moving into your space rather than jogging into that space, showing for the ball, being clever and unpredictable rather than predictable, just making the same runs. Can you lose the defender? Can you make him think you're going this way and then suddenly come that way? Or make him think that you're showing and suddenly spinning behind? Being static versus dynamic. Okay, so think about those things. Really analyze yourself the next time you practice or you play a game. Did I do all these things? Or am I still making the same mistakes that I have in the past? Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please remember to like, give me a thumbs up, comment below if you found this helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you're subscribed. And go to my website, progressivesoccertraining.com, to get those free giveaways and free training material that I have there waiting for you.
Moving up divisions to making national teams, players who use the online soccer academy get results. Access elite level coaching and training, become a complete player, make a difference on the field, and get noticed when you play. Limited spots available. Apply today. Start improving tomorrow. Link in the description below.